Alright, so now we're going to look at putting in the headlight detail in the front here. Let me pull back open real quickly the reference file. The snail, there we go, moon truck. Let me just play it safe and do a quick save. Remember, Alias doesn't tell you if you haven't made changes, so be careful of that. And do the moon truck. Okay, delete this time. So what I want to point out to this is that this is little detail is once again a sphere. Okay, for our headlight here, the main body is a sphere. This is a surface fillet, so it'll take care of blending from one geometry to the next. I'll show you how that works. And then finally, this last little detail actually consists of just detaching the sphere. Okay, so we can assign it to glass. But if I pull this out so you can see it, behind it is actually another part of the sphere. We actually just once we detached it, made a copy of this and reflected it so it goes inside to make the inside part of the lens. Okay, so those are all the different steps we're going to do with this. Alright, now back to our most recent file here. Okay, delete all objects, yes. And let's shade it now. Okay, so let's start off by putting in a sphere. Remember, if we go ahead and pick the orthographic view that we want to put this in, so I'll go to Layouts, All Windows, User Windows. It'll orient it correctly, which this one we want to kind of choose this view to start the orientation. Okay, we'll choose Surfaces, Sphere. Once again, eyeball right about there, and use this to push it this way. There it is. Okay, but like I said, that sets up the orientation correctly. So we just want to make sure we do that first. Okay, now let's see how this looks relative to our other views. Push it out a little ways. Okay, push it a little further out. I think I used that line right there, kind of detached it. And it looks like I kept it about the same size there. So we'll go with that. Okay, let's make sure it kind of bugs out a little bit further. I think we're good. Okay, so let's go through the process of creating this lens part. Okay, so like I said, once again, I'll go to Object Edit, Detach. Okay, zoom up on this one, pick that isoperm. Once again, hold down the Control and Alt to magnetic snap on it, hit go. Now I got a separate one. Okay, just quickly pick it and show you. I'll move it. There's that. Now, like I said, what I want to do is reflect this so that I can have an inside version and the outside version will sculpt a little bit. We'll take a look at that. To do the reflection, one of the key things is this little green dot right there. That's called the pivot point. If I reflect it now, and I'll just show you real quickly, go to Edit, Duplicate, Object, and we will do it scaling about and put a -1 in there under the X column here. This is X, Y, and Z. Hit go. That's luck. Just by luck, I pulled it out far enough that when reflected, it went right where it should have gone. Like I said, pure luck there. But it's that point. You see, it kind of went out that far to do it. Well, I want to kind of know where it is. I'm going to be a little more precise and not just go by my luck. So let me undo. I'll just delete that. Okay, delete active. And I'll pick this. What I'm going to do is go to an orthographic view. Okay, we'll do it from this side view here. Remember, you can always do Alt-L, does look at. Okay, I'm going to move that pivot. So if you look underneath the middle marking menu, Shift Control, middle mouse button, there's the move pivot. If I click with my middle mouse button, I can constrain it to horizontal. Great, but I want to be right on that edge. So if I hold down the Shift or the Control and Option and click on that, it moves it horizontally. Doesn't jump it out to an edge, but it keeps it right there at the center. Okay, that's exactly what I want. All right, so once again, that was Control and Alt, middle mouse button, just constrain it horizontally and a snap right there on that isoperm. And I did the move pivot to do all this. Now I'm going to do move, and I'm going to put it back where it belongs. Same kind of deal. That's where this actually snaps to. So if I hold down the Control and Alt again, middle mouse, constrain it horizontally, I snap right back there. Okay, so that's ideal what I want to do. Now I want to go do that mirroring. So go to Edit, Duplicate, Object, and go to the little cube there. Click on it. That opens up the option box. This is all set the way I want, so I just want to make a negative scale that does a mirroring in essence about the pivot point. Okay, and hit go. And it's kind of hard to see. Let's zoom up and let's do this. Let's turn the shade off. I'll pick that inside one and just shade it so you can see that it is in reverse there. Okay, so if you're doing diagnostic shading, you only have one object. You can just see how something looks by just picking it and shading just that. Alright, now like I said, I want to sculpt this one just a little bit. I want to kind of be a little more lens. So I'm going to switch back over here to my default panel. I'm going to pull up in this upper area and turn on my CVs and hull lines. Okay, remember you can sculpt using these. So I'll go back to an orthographic view, pick nothing. And this time actually, let's pick all these CVs right in there and scale them out just a touch. So I'll do a little bounding box. I said pick CV. I got that. Once again, they'll pivot or they'll scale relative to that. So if I choose scale, notice it'll pull inwards like that. So I get a little more of a sculpted lens shape if I wanted to. Okay. Oops, let's not do there, but do in here. Okay. I can't say that's not too exciting. Let's pop it out a little bit. That might be better. Okay, I'll go with that. And let's turn that off. Alright, so got kind of my main forms. We can come in and set materials a little bit for that. Now let's look at this, how to blend from this sphere to that sphere. Go back, and this you'll find underneath surfaces. Once again, I'll right mouse click and we'll look for it, and it's multi-filleted or multi-surface fillet. And we want to do this one right there. Okay, so the way this tool works, I'm going to go to the option box just to go ahead and have it open, is that you pick one surface, okay, and then you pick the other surface. With each surface then, the first one is a magenta, you get this little arrow that shows up, okay? Those arrows point to the center of where the fillet's going to be. So if I want this fillet to kind of go through there, that's correct. This one, on the other hand, is pointing inwards. If I did a fillet now, we'd probably lose all this and end up with, you know, just this eyeball sitting there. So I need to reverse this. Easiest way is just click on that and it reverses. Now they both point to the center of the fillet. Great. Next thing is figuring out the radius, and this is all once again based off of your scale values. I'll start with 5 and we'll see. We'll hit build. Not bad. Okay, looks pretty good. Let me try a little bit bigger just to make a little bit smoother blend. Okay, once you build it, you can then either hit update there or in the window there. Okay, so for this one we'll do a little bit bigger blend, something like that. Alright, looks good. Now this tool is one of those, once again, heavy duty ones. It's got a lot of controls. You can do it. You can change the cross section with it. Let me just show you, hit update to that. Oh, that jumped up to 20. You know, so all different kinds of things we can do here, but we'll just stick with that right now, just to kind of show you the basics. Alright, that looks pretty good. So I got my lens in, working in there. Let's see, pick nothing, close that out, pick object to get out of that tool. Alright, so we got the windshield area done, we got the headlight done. Now we're looking at doing the tire and the wheel well next in the next assignment. Alright, so let me do a quick file, save as, and this is going to be demo 4.